Ever heard of the expression, going from the worst to the best? Well, that might be happening at our very own LaGuardia Airport. Now, to fill us in on the renovation of LaGuardia, well, the aviation report, here is Rich Kaplan.
Thank you, Howie. As always, the skies above us are clear. We've been cleared for takeoff, so let's ride. On this edition, LaGuardia is about to get a $4.5 billion makeover, and it could not have come at a better time. Now, of course, a small price to pay for this makeover is going to be congestion in the form of parking and traffic. As you know, they're going to be tearing down terminals that date back to the early 30s. And in the process, they have to look for asbestos, they have to look for different fibers, they have to do this the right way. And I, being an aviation enthusiast as well as a lover of aviation, I applaud this. I think that this is exactly the direction Port Authority needs to go. I've seen the master plan for the new design. It's going to encompass AirTrain. It's going to encompass 3 main terminals similar to Newark International, but the difference is it's going to focus more on regional and more on connectivity than it will on long haul. Now, we all know that long haul is generally handled by JFK. If we want to fly to Europe, we go to JFK. We want to go to Australia, we go to JFK. LaGuardia is more of a regional airport. You want to go to Toronto, Canada, you could fly out of LaGuardia. You want to go to Cleveland, Ohio, you could fly out of LaGuardia. You want to go to Cincinnati and so forth. So LaGuardia, the reason they are focused so much on LaGuardia is because the airport, or the air traffic around us has become congested. It has become so congested that you need to filter the traffic better. And what better way to filter the traffic than to redo the airport that kind of started all of this? A lot of people don't realize it wasn't JFK that really started air traffic. It was LaGuardia. LaGuardia was originally a seaplane airport. This is where Pan American flew the Clippers to London, to England, and to South Pacific and so forth. It was all out of LaGuardia. And if you go to LaGuardia, interesting piece of history, because I know Howie loves history. The marine terminal for which these seaplanes operated out of is still there. It is sitting right adjacent to where the runways are. So if you go in there, you get a good view of it. A lot of history. But I want to touch base on the impact that this will have in the future. Air travel will be a lot less congested. You won't have the headaches now of going through ancient terminals, wondering, am I in the right place? Where is Terminal C? Where is Terminal D? Everything is going to be clearly marked. In addition, like JFK, now you could take the Long Island Railroad to Sutphin Plaza, Jamaica, transfer to AirTrain, and go right to LaGuardia. That's the game plan for LaGuardia. In addition, because LaGuardia sits on the water, if you live in Manhattan, and I know we have viewers that watch us that are in Manhattan, you could take a water taxi right to LaGuardia. You could take a water taxi to the Delta terminal. You could take a water taxi to whatever terminal you need to connect to. LaGuardia is, in my opinion, one of the most underlooked airports there is, and finally it's getting the attention it desperately needs. And I applaud it. I look forward to the changes, and I will be updating you on whatever improvements are made in the coming months and in the coming years. This is a 4-year project, so be patient because the end result is well worth it. Now, I also want to very quickly touch base on another story that I covered last week, and that is the solar-powered airplane. It successfully crossed the Atlantic. Breitling has done it. They are showcasing that solar power can indeed work on long-haul aircraft, provided we use a light formula. We don't want to do jets, obviously. You don't want to do a solar-powered jet. Not yet. We're in its infancy. But I believe very strongly that the future is very bright for this new form of aviation. I applaud it. I look forward to it. And I will keep you up to date on when they circumnavigate the globe successfully, which I believe they will. Breitling has funded this whole project along with a bunch of global aviators from Switzerland. And I gotta tell you, it's funny because I've been doing this for 30 years, and the Swiss are an interesting people because they're neutral just about everything. But what is so remarkable about the Swiss is that they can build aircraft that are as advanced and as sophisticated as what we're building. They have a company called Pilatus, or Politis as they're known. Politis just announced that they're going to do their first corporate jet. It is certified. It's similar to an Embraer. And to those who are watching who are into commercial aviation, they will ultimately be jumping into it. So I believe very strongly that the Swiss have a lot to offer. And on that note, the skies above us are clear. We've just been cleared for takeoff. I want to send a very strong shout out to Howie for giving me this opportunity. I love you. You are awesome. And I want to send a shout out to my best friend Rocco and my other best friend Julianne. I love you guys. Thank you for making the skies clear for everybody. I love you. Bye.
Great job, Rich Kaplan.